What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another combo breakdown video. Now, last time we learned how to do my bread and butter, and we learned how to get pretty decent damage out of a relatively simple combo. Well, this time we're going to cover the combo made popular by Chris G. Now, the majority of Morgan players will gravitate towards using this combo, and there's a pretty good reason for that. At mid-screen, 1 rep of this combo is still relatively easy to do, and you can still get pretty good damage out of it. But at 2 reps, that's when Morgan's damage potential starts going up, and if you can possibly get out another half rep, maybe add in some assists, maybe throw in some TACs, and all of a sudden Morgan's damage potential is just as good as any other character in the game. The problem with this combo and Morgan combos in general is how fast they escalate in difficulty. For that reason, most Morgan players will generally stick with 1 loop. They don't really want to run the risk of dropping it, going for that 2nd loop, and anything beyond that is just combo video material. But I'll go ahead and cover how to do the 2 loop variant, but again keep in mind you can extend this further, but it gets progressively harder, and on the other side you can cut it shorter, but it'll do less damage. So as always, we'll start off with our lead-in, and I'm just going to use Shell Kick as my lead-in for all my videos. Mainly because that's what most Morgan players are going to be using anyway. We're then going to go into a standing light, standing medium, crouching heavy, forward heavy. Now again, you can take out the crouching heavy if you're having trouble with accidental fireballs. But from the forward heavy, we're then going to go into a jump forward, air medium, medium, heavy, and then heavy fireball and fly. Next, we're going to go into a downwards air dash into air heavy, and from the air heavy, we're going to go into a heavy soul fist. And we want every soul fist in this combo to be the heavy version, except for the final one, because it's better to float the opponent a little bit higher than it is to let them drop too low. Now, the soul fist placement at this point is kind of important, and you want it to look like this, where you hit the top end of Morgan's soul fist with the bottom portion of your opponent's hitbox. And if that heavy soul fist is properly placed, you're then going to go into unfly, land on the ground, jump forward, and you want to hit with her feet, not with her body, as you go into air medium, medium, heavy, heavy soul fist into fly. We're then going to go into another downwards air dash, and make sure you hit that air heavy as soon as you start that downwards air dash, so that the following light soul fist hits the underside of your opponent. And you can't use the heavy soul fist here, it's got to be the light version. The light soul fist will ease the opponent to the ground so that as you go into your unfly and you get ready to launch, your opponent won't be floating way too high for the launch to connect. And from here, all you got to do is super jump and go into medium, medium, heavy, heavy shadow blade, and then from there you go into your finisher, whether it be a TAC or a hyper or both if you're in the corner. Now, if you're having trouble with accidental cross-unders with this combo, you're probably doing one of 2 things. You're either waiting too long to go into air heavy as you go into your downwards air dash, or you're jumping too far into your opponent as you go into her medium, medium, heavy air string. And those are pretty easy fixes. You just want to make sure that as you're going into your downwards air dash, you immediately go into air heavy. You don't want to wait too long. And for the other problem, you want to make sure you hit your opponent with Morgan's feet, not with her body. And that's the 2 rep version of the combo made popular by Chris G. Most Morgan players will generally stick with the 1 rep version. I think every Morgan player learns that combo pretty much from the get-go. Again, the damage will be cut down if you don't do 2 reps, but it's generally worth not dropping the combo, because it can get pretty tough. And that's going to be it for this combo breakdown video, and I'll have another one at another time, but as always, until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.